The fold. That could be potentially very scary that TSM has allowed that to go through. Our final map pick ends up coming in there as our last remaining map, and it'll end up being Oregon. So we've got a pretty...
And so for all intensive purposes, everyone having very similar bans.
Yeah, this has been the most typical string of bans that we've seen so far.
Some good Electro Claw work by Merc. Stop a couple of those hard X-Gyros from going off, but now TSM lights up the scoreboard 4 times in a row, making it a 5v1. It's all left up to Mint. Not very much HP on him left, but a very nice shot over towards Bus Door. Not going to matter, though. Bolo cleans it up for TSM, and they have round 1 in their pocket.
A pretty straightforward round for TSM at the end of the day is now gone, and they're going to be forced to make a move sooner or later here. They're coming to the very bitter end of their time. A nice catch from Skies. The timing, of course, even in a 2v3, but DarkZero are slowly but surely starting to work their way into the site. Skies with another find, eliminates Achieved. Chala, have someone trying to make an aggressive move on him. Nitro Cell goes out. Looks like it's going to get shot. Didn't hear the explosion, but regardless, is able to swing in for the second kill there against Skies. Now it's all on Mint. Mint trying to go for the frag, but no, he's not going to be able to get it in time. And TSM
He's still alive. No pre-fire here from Hyper, trying to check his angles, but it's Achieved with a nice move over towards Games to take down Hot and Cold. But either way, it's all down to Mint in this 1 versus 3. Only 26 seconds remain, but he will get 1 kill for his leisure upstairs. Mint now has the verticality, but still needs to be able to get a diffuser down here. Finds Merc, damaging every single time Chala's used it, but he misses the first shots, runs away, and wins it on timer again for this south side with how many staircases it has leading to it. Eclipse trying to bully his way up main actually ends up working out in his favor.
As I explain why they're now playing much more passively and trying to just seemingly at least run out the timer on the round. Eclipse with a great lineup.
To stop at least 1 entry point for DZ. A very nice lineup here. Open into out, but a nice shot from Hyper rips it from the sky and then rips Bolo inside of Gun Vault. It's all up to Chala. He clutched out multiple times here so far, but Hyper puts a pin in that, and DarkZero finds their first round.
DarkZero committing themselves much more earlier and getting a lot of that very early control, which they did lose Mint, although he is retrievable. Eclipse also took some heavy damage on the last fight. Hyper just pushing in the meanwhile. We aren't able to see a response from the defenders on the other side. Hyper, oh my goodness, hopping out to try and get the kill, but Houghton gets
one post plant go pretty well for DZ. Let's see if the next one follows suit. 2 angles to worry about at the same time, and picks wrong.
Still waiting for that fight to swing in his direction after he did lose a little bit of HP from taking it. Goes back out to take it against Hyper, but that's a mistake.
Achieved to worry about inside of Bathroom, but for the time being, DarkZero doing a very good job of roam clearing at multiple angles. You guys can see how they're working the map, especially with Hyper. It's more of a probe than anything, getting these kills, but it's Achieved with a very fancy frag. Didn't clean up the other one, though, which is very surprising. So Hot and Cold going to keep his life and diffuser.
For an immediate guaranteed refrag or anything like that. Bolo is going to fall, trying to get aggressive upstairs as well, but Eclipse gives himself away.
With this dang thing at range. It's truly incredible, but we're going to have to see if he can do it all over again. But all of that hype build-up for really no return. And Chala ends up getting killed by Skies. Skies pushes Tarps. Overall, great round from DZ. Mine from somewhere. I don't know exactly how that ended up working out, but Merc aggressively takes Astro. Doesn't even work. Hyper and Eclipse still alive. Eclipse inside a connector, but Achieve makes quick work of that, and TSM with some quick work overall in round 8.
Neither team controls this map just yet, as we're going to remain incredibly close on the team as he's able to eliminate Mint. He's looking for one more. Might be looking in the wrong spot for that specific tool, but either way, he's not going to be looking anywhere anymore as Hyper sends him flying up to the sky. Bolo will pick up another even terms. First attempt to start planning. The diffuser was made there by Geo, but he gets off it, and it's a smart move, too, as it allows him to take out Eclipse. Just down on a Houghton at this point. Houghton spots the plant. Now with 7 seconds left, we have to see TSM get aggressive. Chala has to try and move in for this kill, and he gets it! Another clutch from Chala! The third 1vx in this map alone, won by him. Beautifully done, and it gives TSM yet another round. Geo picks up Skies. Have the rotate working its way up through main stairs, though this could cause some problems for them. Hyper is going to put a stop to this push, not only just on the outside by 90, but also swings back to the inside. Eclipse completes the flank, and Hyper picks one up on the Nitro Cell to end the round. A great quick retake from DarkZero. and Eclipse finally finding some impact there on that late round flank.
In the lead by 2 right now as we get down to 17 seconds. A nice kill from Chala as he's now the entry fragger for TSM. They need to get this diffuser down, that too in Chala's hands. 10 seconds remain as Geo barrels into Trophy, but nice shots from both remaining DZ members inside of the Trophy area, and DarkZero claims round 12 to push us to overtime.
Chala giving us a little bit of hope towards the end of the round.
He does have a rotate into sight as well, so he has safe haven here. We've already had some adjustments from TSM, specifically Achieve rotate first shots, but no, ends up getting by. Switches to the SMG-11, claims the man behind bar. One's down, another nice shot here from Achieved, but TSM ends up winning it at the very last second.
Gonna get triggered there. They try to work their way in for this DZ. Still stuck almost entirely over on Game's side, but that defense is working out. Hyper picking up 2, one from a Nitro Cell, one from the follow-up as Bolo tries to go in to reclaim the diffuser for himself. TSM are falling down, and they don't have any more time to try and trade these back out. Hyper with yet another one. The Clash just crunching them into study there. We'll see Achieved pick up one more. Geo will also find a frag, but there is no time remaining.
Does not anymore. He used to, but doesn't anymore, so I'm going to assume that that's more than likely one of the reasons, as well as my being able to put those discs
now remaining here for TSM. They're going to start sending in the firebolts to force the Clash to finally turn onto an angle where they can shoot coming out of absolutely nowhere. Still needing to get onto the site to try and go for this plant. Hyper's in the way. He's going to start to turn things back. One of the last players alive for DarkZero here. Houghton still trying to line one up, but he's going to get picked by Achieved, and now everything falls to the man, the myth, the legend. It's Hyper in the 1vx clutch situation.
Walks out with about 50 HP remaining here. Frag grenade in a very well-placed frag grenade indeed. Merc as he hops into barrels. Amazing play here from DarkZero. Very well timed as they are on a trickle feed into sight. Mint continuously slowing down the barrage of TSM members as DarkZero continues to shower lead in through the breach. Only one member remaining now, and a beautiful round for DarkZero here on Theme Park.
Man, I can't believe TSM, even like in those very final moments, were convinced.
Pushing post plant here for TSM. Have plenty of sight pressure as well. Still holding down initiation after this post plant. Geo with a very nice triple now, but immediately gets eviscerated by Hyper. Can he get the kills? That magazine is all of a sudden quite short, and a deployable in the way of his kill means that Chala wins out on the angle instead. TSM with a very well placed. We also have Chala downed in the process, so quite a bit of moving parts here. Nitro Cell, he can't get a gun out in time.
Going down. He'll potentially have another opportunity for a kill, as I didn't feel like it happened. Just kills Chala with the CCE shield shock. Now we're seeing him move forward, finally getting some damage onto the Clash, and Geo to finish it off. A little bit of a crouch check as well there, but Skies will trade back that final refrag, taking out Geo and claiming the round for DZ on top of it. Man,
Hyper with that Alda. More than likely going to be peeking into that, but it's a pre-fire from Chala. Claims yet another life here, but it's TSM all over the board. Some quick gunfights, and TSM claims round 5 after what seemed like a stalemate for 2 minutes.
Yeah, if you were kind of looking at that,
gosh,
I thought when they were grayed out, they weren't available anymore.
What?
That's how
Anybody breathes on this man, he is indeed dying. They have the Vigil hunting him down now. R4C working out. It doesn't matter. It's the only way to try and prevent anything now is, well, try and kill him with some bullets, but doesn't even matter. Achieve with a nicely placed frag grenade into split, takes him down.
That's what the color is for.
Well, that's it. TSM just kind of walks into sight and kills everybody. And also that. I forgot that does that. Hot and Cold's going to start. And behind the throne now as the cross is being held from Eclipse and the rest of the squad, and it's working out well. Already have quite a few kills, but Chala and Bolo come alive to the throne area. Eclipse is going to have to peek for it, and this is actually going to be very damaging here as Chala's lighting up the last man stands. Oh, ends up getting peeked. It's a soft wall as well, but it's the pistol whip for Skies. Bolo with some great aim, but not good enough today as DarkZero ties things up.
Ooh, Sky, he's able to get rid of them. Start to see Eclipse. Oh, nearly has himself a lineup, but doesn't realize. Merc is going to push the advantage even further now with a double as he takes out Skies and Hot and Cold. Mint's not going to last that long either as Bolo comes out from Connector, finishes him off, and claims another round for TSM.
It's amazing the times today that patience is exactly what DarkZero wants, but in between a rock and a hard place now. Very nice shot from Merc to predict Houghton being on top of the wall, but I'm going to say this is going to be kind of a half take towards the daycare area, but no, DZ spring into action. Seems that all of those air jabs made them feel safe at home, and yet another good shot from Sky is off of a pixel angle. Yes, an amazing read by him indeed, John. Good drone work here, but Mint's even faster. Geometrics, the last man alive, and he's been droned inside of daycare. Works his way towards arcade. He knows the diffuser's still outside. Pre-fires, a touch scared, but he doesn't need very many bullets. Bad news bears, though. No magazine left for him, but Hyper definitely still has some rounds in the chamber, and he'll put those rounds into Geo's head. DarkZero looking quite... 5 seconds remaining, but they've blown the opposite wall. This is so very important. Eclipse with 2. He's going to have to swing for 3 now, though, as Chala's lighting the entire world on fire with this Alda. Bolo taken down inside a split. It's all left. Chala goes about this. Worried about both, but oh no, in between where he needed to be, and actually was in the wrong area altogether, as Mint with a very nice rotate outside goes towards Dragon Door and is able to find himself that last.
Looks like he shot it though, was able to actually prevent it from blowing up, so good aim there from Mint. Lower HP. Hot and Cold decides to push. He's got a good chance to trade it back. Mint in the meantime gets one, unscopes, rescopes in for it. Skies picks up Achieve, but Geo is able to trade that right back out. We're locked into a 2v2. They need to commit themselves to a site push right now and start putting the diffuser on the ground. There it goes from Hutton. Can he complete it? He can't get off of it now. He's locked into it. Mint holds for the first one. Will the plant go onto the ground? Oh, yes! And Mint, not even needing the plant, goes right in for the final frag, taking out the last man alive from TSM and securing the 2-0 victory for DarkZero Esports.
But we actually have Mint on deck. Mint, congratulations, beating TSM in 2 games. No easy feat, man.
No, not at all, and I am exhausted. Thanks for having me again, though.
I'm sure you are, but I do want to ask you, what was your mindset going into this matchup? What were you telling your team? Because this was a big one.
This was a big one, but I mean, every game for us, honestly, is a big one. We set very high expectations for us as a roster, as a team. So, I mean, we're hoping to perform every play day, and this was a good statement game, I guess, for us. We started a little slow against Sonics, started a wee bit slow, on our defenses on Villa, or our attacks, I think it was. But I think, just kind of showed that, we are resilient as a team. There's a couple losses in rounds used to get us down as a team, and I think now we just have this one round at a time mentality, and it's just a huge win for the team.
Well, looking very sharp today, and I'm sure you may have heard our analysts were talking about your usage of Clash. Can you elaborate on what your game plan was?
Yeah, pretty much all I can play is shields. No, but with Wamai being banned, the wall is going to get open, kind of thing. Walls are definitely going to get open with the Wamai ban. So the thought process is just all right, with a Clash, I could just look at them. I think one round they literally try to just funnel 5 people through the breach. So as long as I was able to dodge the fires, which I only think I did one round, they weren't going to be able to go in. And then the same thing. I mean, it's a 3-lane map, theme park, and unless they hit the back, they're only going to come from 3 lanes. So with Clash, there's so much other stuff they have to waste ADS for that they really can't deal with me unless they bring a Kali or something. But yeah, just a really hard operator to kind of move around.
Well, you used her well, and I want to give you a chance to hype Hyper a little bit. I just feel like he has had a tremendous influence on your team. He's just been popping off lately.
Yes, the offseason for Hyper was literally, it's like a transformation. The amount of work he's putting in is unreal. I think it's just a growing up moment that I wish people knew the Hyper back then, used to not wake up for scrims, and now it's literally he's first up. He's always watching VODs. He's always coming up with, on Villa, he came up with all our Cade plays where they weren't able to get the electric claws off. He puts in so much time, and then his fragging ability with it, the dude is the best player for sure.
Aww. You not doing too bad yourself, though. We saw that last round there. You getting a 4K. I was wondering, what was going through your mind right there? Were you just we need to get this win in 2? Or what were you thinking?
Pretty much, please, no overtime. I'm getting old. I need to go to bed. That's pretty much what was going through my mind. The young guys eventually leave some scraps for me to pick up, and in that round I was able to come through when we needed it. Alex made a great call. We got clogged exactly we wanted to go to office. He made a great call, made Matt rotate with the bomb, and then Matt just trusted me to cover him, and I'm just glad I can, come through for the team.
We're running out of time here, but really quickly, today y'all really proved yourselves. Do you feel as though your team is the best in the US division?
I mean, we feel like we do. We feel like this is the strongest that we have ever felt as a roster. It took us a while to get here, but we feel like we finally, have gotten or getting close to where we want to go. Our map pool is as strong as ever. People used to think we were weak at Theme Park, and here we are winning it in a best of 3. So, yeah, I'm just really looking forward to the future with this team. I think we still have a lot of room to grow, but definitely ready to take down every other NA team and take the top again.
Mint, y'all looking very, very good today. Congratulations on your victory. Go enjoy yourself. Go get some sleep. You said you're exhausted.
Thank you. Yes, thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Mint. And let's go back to our analyst.